NFL Daily is presented by LinkedIn Talent Solutions. Find the right people to hire for your small business by going to linkedin.com/NFL Daily. I am Will Scott. Welcome in to NFL Daily on this Monday morning after NFL Week 10. We're going to go through some injury news and also take a look at the updated playoff picture. But first, I want to hear from you down in the comment section. Who had the most impressive win yesterday? Was it the Vikings over the Bills? Was it another game potentially? Go down in the comment section. Let me know, who do you think had the most impressive win yesterday? A couple of y'all might say the Buccaneers over the Seahawks just because of how big of a win that was for Tampa Bay. They've won 2 straight. They're now back to 500. The Seahawks, meanwhile, fall to 6-4, but still sit atop their division. Now let's talk about Leonard Fournette because he did not return versus the Seahawks after exiting the game late in the second half. We'll continue to keep you posted on his status. We do not have an update as of Monday morning, but he did leave the game and did not return against the Seahawks in Germany yesterday. Let's take a look at the updated NFC South standings. This division has been a joke the entire year, but I feel like the Bucs are kind of starting to kick it into gear a little bit and kind of wake up and realize, okay, we have Tom Brady on our team. We should be better than below 500. So they're now on top of the NFC South. The Falcons right behind them, and the Panthers and the Saints only 2 games back. We'll see what happens with those 2 teams. But I feel like the Falcons, if they want any chance to compete with the Bucs in this division, they have got to make a change at quarterback. Shifting gears now to the Kansas City Chiefs. Chris Lammons and JuJu Smith-Shuster both left the game, exiting the game because of concussion protocol yesterday. However, the Chiefs still got the win, 27-17 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. And as I mentioned, we're going to take a look at the updated playoff picture here in a second. But the Chiefs currently number 1 in the AFC and also number 1 in the AFC West. They're 7-2. Remember when we all thought like this division was going to get all 4 teams in the playoffs? No, that's not going to happen. The Chiefs 7-2, they're going to get in, obviously, but the Chargers are now on the outside looking in. The Broncos are done, and the Raiders have Josh McDaniels, so they're going to be done until they get rid of him. What a disaster he's been. But yeah, this division, we all thought it was going to be a really solid division coming into the season. Just hasn't shaped up like that. I feel like the AFC East, though, has been the division that we thought the AFC West was going to be. Speaking of the AFC East, a couple injuries to update you on in regards to the Buffalo Bills. They lost yesterday. Tremaine Edmunds suffered a groin injury. He did not return. And Jake Kumerow with an ankle, the wide receiver, did not return to the game. We'll continue to keep you posted on their status, but those guys did not return. The Bills give up that big lead to Minnesota. The Vikings win the game in overtime. Guys, hiring is just the beginning, right? And you can make the right hires by going to linkedin.com/NFL Daily. These days, every new potential hire can feel like a high-stakes wager for your small business. You want to be 100% certain you have access to the best candidates available. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the right people for your team faster and for free. You can add your job using the purple hiring frame to your LinkedIn profile by adding that and spreading the word. That's your hiring. Simple tools like screening questions make it easy to focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the qualified candidates you want to talk to faster. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. That's linkedin.com/NFL Daily to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. When I was hired by Chat Sports back in March, I found them through LinkedIn. They found me through LinkedIn as well. And I was the 15th member of this team. Now we have over 20 people. We've expanded our office space. We found the right people through LinkedIn Talent Solutions. You can do the same for your small business. The year is coming to a close. We're almost into 2023. You want to finish 2022 strong by making the right hire. You can do that by posting your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. That is going to be that link in the comments and the description of this video. Staying in the AFC East with more injury news. This is a big loss for Miami. Dolphins defensive end Emmanuel Ogbah suffered a season-ending torn tricep today. That will require surgery. That coming from Adam Schefter last night after the Dolphins got the win. So that's the bad news for the Dolphins. The good news, they're now in first place in the AFC East, ahead of Buffalo and New York. The Patriots also right there. So Miami was 3-3. They have won 4 straight games since the return of Tua Tagovailoa, who's certainly getting some much-deserved MVP buzz. Who's going to win this division? All 4 teams have a legit shot. Is it the Fins? Type MIA. Is it the Bills? Type BUF. Type NYJ for the Jets, or type NE for the Patriots. I feel like the Dolphins and the Bills, it's going to be a 2-horse race in the end. But the way Miami's offense is playing right now, you got to think they have a pretty good shot to win this division, but Buffalo probably still the favorites in that division. The Bears, meanwhile, not going to be the favorites in that division over there. They fell to the Lions 31-30 yesterday. Let's update you on some injuries from that game. DeShon Elliott left due to the concussion protocol. I actually thought he was going to get traded to the deadline. He ends up staying in Detroit. Tremaine Benson suffered a knee injury, and then Khalil Herbert with a hip injury. He did not return. So the Bears lost. They lost Benson and Herbert due to, at least Herbert due to an injury. He did not return to the game. But Justin Fields, meanwhile, how about this game from him? 13 carries, 147 yards, averaged 11.3 yards per run. 2 touchdowns for Justin Fields, man. He is really turning into a franchise quarterback. Do you feel like he is a franchise quarterback? And a couple of you might say, no, he doesn't have the passing numbers, just the rushing numbers. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. Type Y for yes or type N for no. Is Justin Fields a franchise quarterback? Let's talk about the Broncos now. They lost yesterday. They're now 3-6. So what a disaster their season has been. Here is who did not return yesterday. Jerry Jeudy with an ankle, Billy Turner with a knee, Graham Glasgow with the shoulder, and Kwan Williams with a knee as well. We did hear an update this morning about Jerry Jeudy from Ian Rappaport. Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy is getting an MRI on his ankle, but heading into the MRI, the belief is he strained a muscle behind his ankle, source said. He couldn't put any pressure on it yesterday, so couldn't run routes. Testing will tell how long he's out. So that's a situation to monitor over there in Denver. Going from one star wide receiver to another, Cooper Kupp did not return versus Arizona yesterday due to an ankle injury. Sean McVay's head coach said after the game, quote, "It didn't look good. It didn't sound good." So when I think we heard that, we're like, oh boy, this might be a major injury for Cooper Kupp. Luckily, that does not appear the case because we heard this update this morning. Multiple sources said that after initial testing on Cooper Kupp's ankle, he appears to have avoided a worst-case scenario with the injury. However, it's important to remember that it'll go through more testing in the coming days for a clear picture of the situation. So that coming from Jordan Rodriguez, the athletic reporter for the Rams. So hopefully nothing too serious with Cooper Kupp. It's been a disappointing season over there with the defending champs, but hopefully they get Cooper Kupp back sooner rather than later. The Rams not in the playoff picture right now, but I did want to get you guys an updated playoff picture to take a look at what it looks like after Week 10, or at least before Monday Night Football. Here is what we're looking at right now. The Kansas City Chiefs, the number 1 seed in the AFC at 72. Look at that. The Miami Dolphins, 7-3, number 2 seed right now. The Titans, the Ravens as the other division leaders, number 3 and number 4. The Jets in the wild card spot, the first wild card spot at 6-3. They own the tiebreaker over Buffalo. Buffalo fell from the 1 seed to the 6 seed yesterday. How much can change in a week? And then the Patriots, 5-4. So all 4 AFC East teams in the playoff picture right now. That is crazy. The Chargers lost. They fell out of the playoff picture last night. The Bengals, as the defending AFC champs, still on the outside looking in. And Patrick Seaman, producer Patrick Seaman, noticed this before the show. Jeff Saturday's Indianapolis Colts are in the hunt. Jeff Saturday's Colts are in the hunt. Hey, everyone's clowning that hire. Jeff Saturday's brought some much-needed energy to that football team. They got the big win over Las Vegas yesterday. Let's go to the NFC. Now, the Eagles, they play tonight. They're a number 1 seed. The Vikings, after that big win, producer Pat Sheeman, a big Vikes fan, they're 8-1. The Seahawks at 6-4. They still lead that division even after the loss yesterday. The Bucs right there at 5-5. The Giants in the first wild card spot at 7-2. The Cowboys at 6-3 after the loss to Green Bay. And the Niners, big win last night over LA, the Chargers that is, 5-4. They have the last spot. The Commanders, the Packers, and the Falcons in the mix here. The Packers had a season-saving win yesterday. You know, when I look at the AFC playoff picture, I think that is going to change a lot come the end of the season. But the NFC playoff picture, I feel like the 7 teams we just showed you are going to be the 7 teams that end up making it.